Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. So today we've got a few interesting things going on the show. To begin with, we've got information about Celsius. We've got also information about the Uniswap NFTs, BlockFi raising more money, or well, getting credit facility. Vitalik giving his thoughts on the stock to flow model. 3 hours capital. They've been dumping, but where have and which coins have they been dumping? We'll show you. We've also got an update on ADA, as usual. ADA delayed their hard fork, and so that's causing issues on their price of the token. But we'll have a look to see what they've got to say about it. So let's begin. Okay, so first, let's look at the markets, see how the markets are doing. So as you can see, Bitcoin is it's down today. Ethereum is up. You've got quite a few, greens today. Not as bad as it's been last couple of weeks. A lot of greens there, as you can see. So generally, it's not a bad day, not a good day, but not a bad day. The market cap of crypto today is 939 billion. 76 billion 24-hour trading volume. Now, something that we always look at is the dominance of Bitcoin. Bitcoin at the moment has a 41% dominance, with Ethereum at 14%. Generally, because we're in a bear market, that Bitcoin dominance generally should go up. And then obviously when it's a bull market, the Bitcoin dominance comes down as all the alts pump. So let's have a look at the chart for Bitcoin. Well, today it's been down 4%, as you can see. It's at 20,000, which is not bad. 20,440. Let's see. So on that price, basically, it means it's down 35%. Year to date. The 200-day moving average, is down 62% on 200 days. 7 days, so 1 week is down 8% on the week. Down just under, 0.09% on the hour. 24% on 24 hours. So it's basically down, really. There's not much to say about that. The next one we'll look at is Ethereum. Again, Ethereum is actually up by 4%, but again, as you can see on the TM grade, it's a sell. That means it's not really going to do that well at the moment. If you look at the price predictor, it's saying it's going to go down. And let's just have a look at the chart, the Ethereum chart. See what's happening on the chart. Trading view, and bring that up. Well, volumes have actually been up quite a bit. So the volume wise is good, but as you can see, everything's just, look at that, all the way going back to January. Just coming all the way down March, a little pump there, April, and then it's been all the way down, one-way street down. But it's up 4% last 24 hours, but down 47, so nearly 50% down on the year, 73% 200 days, and 1% or 1.46% down on the week, 7 days. So the market's basically it's a bear market at the moment, so there's nothing anybody can do about that. We have to wait and see what the government does, or the Fed really, with regards to its monetary policy, which has meant that everything in the high risk assets, such as crypto, the high risk asset class, has basically been selling. Everybody's been selling. And as you can see here, the TM grade bearish, still very bearish. From started that in 10th of April, and as you can see, the market cap just kept dropping. I mean, it started off at 2 trillion or 2.1 trillion, and it's just dropped all the way down to today at under a trillion. So which means been loads of selling that's gone on in the last few months. Yeah, and as you can see, it's definitely a bear market. Fear grade 6%, so everybody's afraid. Breakout strategy, anything going to break out? Not really. 11%. Low frequency trend strategy, again, nothing there is happening. Let's look at the alt market cap here. So if you look at the altcoin market cap, it's 555 billion against the 398 billion Bitcoin market cap. So that, I mean, that tends to mean we're still going to be in a bear market for a while longer, because usually when you start going into a bull market, the value of the alts really do skyrocket as people start speculating on alts. As you can see there, what you're looking at something like that, where the value of alts really goes up like it did there. Yeah, as you can see, definitely not an altcoin season. Alt season, it's a Bitcoin season. We want something up here to show the alt season, and that would mean that the market is really kicking in. Okay, so let's have a look at some news. Celsius. Big problems at Celsius. They've suspended all withdrawals, all trading. As you can see, they've got 1.7 million people. So 1.7 million of their customers can't take any of their tokens or any of their coins out. They've actually suspended everything. Loads of people on Twitter complaining about this. They were going to have an AMA, which was supposed to happen last Friday, but as you can see, they cancelled it, and they've now posted an update saying that they're pausing all AMA, to focus on navigating the unprecedented challenges. Basically, they're going to focus on trying to see if they can revive the company and make sure people or the community can have their tokens and their coins back. You can see that they have been doing that. They have been paying down quite a lot of loans. This specific one here, you can see they had some loans paid of 10 million worth on the DAI stable coins. So they're trying to pay down their position so that they can stop any liquidations. When it comes to their Bitcoin holdings, WBTC, they've actually reduced their liquidation on that. So it was much higher. Now Bitcoin would need to go down to around 14,000 for that to be liquidated, but they have actually, they probably would be able to put some more money that went down just to reduce the amount that Bitcoin needs to go down to get for that position to get liquidated. But everybody's watching them. Everybody's watching what Celsius is doing. But one surprising thing is the Cell token. So their token has been rallying. Rumors are that the community got together and just basically pulled out a short squeeze on FTX, and that's why it's rallied. It's actually rallied quite well, as you can see here, and the volume has been brilliant. So it means the volume's come up as it's rallied up, but we'll see if that that's sustainable. So it's up 40% in the last 24 hours. So let's see how much it's up in the last 7 days or something. So let's get some additional details, and we can have a look and see how it's. Look at that. In the last week, it's up 317%. So if you bought some Cell 17, a week ago, you literally tripled your money. But yeah, so one of the things actually about the cell token, why it's able to rally that much, is because there's not that much cell token available, because a lot of cell token is locked. It's all in the cell, the cell app. So Celsius have got it because they've got their customers tokens. They suspended withdrawals, so a lot of people with their cell tokens at Celsius network can't get their tokens out. So there's not that many cell tokens around. So I can see why that rally would happen. It does, the TM grade says, it's a neutral buy, so whether it's, to sell or buy, the moment the AI is very neutral on that. So that's Celsius. Next thing we can move on to is Uniswap. Ah, yes, my favorite decentralized exchange. So Uniswap have actually announced that they're going to add NFT trading onto the Uniswap protocol. I mean, that's quite good. They bought a company, I can't remember what it's called. It's called, I think, Genie. Yeah, that's what it's called, Genie. So they bought this company, which is a NFT aggregator. So it's not really a marketplace, it's an aggregator. So they're going to somehow integrate that onto the Uniswap protocol, which will allow their customers not only to go ahead and trade tokens on Uniswap, but also trade NFTs. And that could be actually good, and it would bring more liquidity as well to NFTs, because Uniswap is effectively the #1 decentralized spot exchange out there. And adding NFTs is just, it's just a brilliant move for the protocol. If we could look at some more details about the Uniswap exchange. I think that's it. Yeah, so here we have, it's the Uniswap exchange, spot exchange. See how clean it is, very simple. You can go there and you can literally trade any token you want at any time. I really do like how nice and simple it is. And this is the ad that they put through with regards to their new NFT offering, which they reckon is going to come in Q3, but we'll see. I'm just going to play the little promotional video. Extremely good, extremely interesting. We'll wait to see what they do. Let's have a look at their token, actually, the Uniswap token, because they do have a token. What happened was they actually airdropped their token free to their users, and obviously their users started to trade the token. It's a governance token, so if you've got the tokens, you can go and vote and help steer what happens to the protocol. And they also do have a lot of money in the treasury, so voters or users, owners of the token, can vote on a whole load of proposals, and they can put up proposals. As you can see, they're neutral in terms of TM grade trading on that. It's neutral at the moment. They're up 15% in 24 hours, possibly because of the announcement that they did recently. And they're up actually 37% in 7 days, which is excellent. But 200 days they're down 77%. Say we're in a bear market. They're down 76% on a year. But it's quite a really interesting token, and it's one that at the moment doesn't pay out any payments to token holders, because all the money made within the spot exchange at the moment goes to the liquidity providers. But they do have an option where if voted for by the token holders, a small percentage would be paid to the token holders as well, to Uniswap holders. And I suspect sometime in the future, maybe a year, maybe a couple of years, the community will vote so that some of the earnings from the spot exchange and also the NFT exchange will go back to token holders, Uniswap token holders. So that's going to be quite interesting to look at going forward. So it's a very interesting token to hold long term, very bullish on them long term, extremely bullish on them, extremely. So next, let's talk about BlockFi. BlockFi has secured 250 million credit from FTX. This is quite important because it shows that they adding finances to their liquidity position. We saw what happened to Celsius. Effectively the reason that they had to stop customers from withdrawing their tokens or even exchanging their tokens or coins is because they basically had a liquidity problem. So BlockFi raising this should be good for their customers, people who've got their tokens in BlockFi, because it would mean that they've got liquidity to handle any downturns if they do need to shore up their positions. Next, we're going to look at Vitalik. Quite interesting here because Vitalik has taken to the stock to flow model, pretty much saying he doesn't like it. But the stock to flow model, as you can see on here, it's not that bad. I mean, it's been accurate some of the time, not too accurate, but on a long-term time trajectory, it's been quite accurate. Okay, I mean, it's gone off down here, but when the market recovers and it hits back up, towards 100K, which I do believe it will, maybe in a couple of years, once the Fed has finished its tightening and the US goes into recession, other countries in Europe go into recession, the world going into recession, the Fed's going to have to change policy, and at that point it's going to have to move from tightening to actually reducing interest rates. It's going to start pumping money into the economy. It's just going to be a bull market. And I think Bitcoin at that point will go to 100K, and this stock to flow model would I think work out to be correct, because as you can see, sometimes the chart Bitcoin goes off the chart, does its own thing, but it does tend to come back and hang around the stock to flow model. But Vitalik doesn't like it, basically, which is, well, interesting. But he's more of a Ethereum guy, so take it with a pinch of salt. If you want to use AI-driven crypto research platform like I do, then you can try out the Tokenmetrics. At the moment, they are running a trial where you can have it free for 7 days. I've got a link down in the description. If you click my link, which is a referral link, basically partnership, it takes you to this page, and you can start a free trial for a limited time, and you can get up to 40% discount at the moment. So this discount might change from time to time, but you will basically be getting a massive discount compared to somebody who doesn't have the referral link. So yeah, you can use my referral, and you can, they're AI-driven research platform, and they turn the data into actionable investment insights. As you can see, it is really a great platform. And talking about crypto, Roger Ver, as you can see here, if you think crypto needs more government oversight, you should just stick to fiat. That's basically a pushback to a lot of people who are saying, look, crypto needs more government regulation. There's a lot of people who've come in and they're trying, I do understand where they're coming from. They are trying to get a lot of people to come into the well, institutions to come into the crypto market, come into the blockchain industries. Institutions are governed heavily, so these banking institutions need regulation, and they can't come in without the regulation. So it's it's a two-tier thing. Institutions need regulation, but in order to come into crypto. But then crypto was initially designed to get away from the banking system, to get away from the institutions. But because they have the money, we have a lot of people who are calling for it. But Roger Ver, he's saying, look, if you want government institution, you should just stick to fiat, not stick to the government money, and let them just continue in that field. But I don't think that will happen because there's too much at stake. 3 Arrows Capital. So they had extreme liquidity problems over the last week or so. They've been selling out positions. There's rumors that some of their partners, some of their clients, have been trying to get in contact with them, but they were just ghosting people, not replying to them. So we'll wait and see. But they have had liquidity issues. And in order to resolve those liquidity issues, they've had to sell their assets. So if you want to see what they're going to be selling and have been selling, you just have to go to their website, because they tell you exactly what they've got. So in here you can see they've got like Kusama, they've got some Ethereum, some Bitcoin, some Avalanche, some Near, some Neon, some multi-chain, some Aave. I mean, they've got quite a lot of the big tokens and protocols. They've got Solana. I mean, Solana have got, well, were going to have their own problems, but it seems that they've kind of resolved it, but it brings a lot of questions about their decentralization. But we'll deal with that one maybe tomorrow, actually. We'll deal with Solana, and I'll explain to you exactly what's been going on with them and why they've had problems with their decentralization. But as you can see, they've got a lot of of holdings, and some really nice companies there. They also have equity, BlockFi. But so, I mean, from a crypto point of view, you can look at these holdings that they've had, and you can just basically say, well, this is what they're going to be selling off or have been selling off, and you can have a look around and see, okay, have they hit the bottom or not? So let's just take Aave, which is the top one. So go back to Tokenmetrics, bring up the chart here. So this is it's the Aave chart. So as you can see, so the Tokenmetrics AI grade is basically saying sell. It says minus 4% over the last 24 hours. But interestingly, if you go down and have a look at the trading view chart, you can see here I've just charted you from 1st of April. So from the 1st of April, I suspect that's when the problems probably started. People like 3 Arrows Capital, and so they had to do is dump. So they've probably been dumping for a while, or you could say started in June or end of May, depending where you want to pick your your option. But you can see the dump has been very clear, extremely clear from the 1st of April. So this is a good point, but then it comes up a little bit, but that could just be a few people coming back in, and then the dump continues. Question is, have they finished dumping? How much of Aave exposure did people like 3 Arrows Capital have, and how long is it going to take for them to finish dumping? So that's one of the good things about Tokenmetrics. So here we're just quite simple. Have a look at their website, 3 Arrows Capital, see what they've got, and you can just go through all of them and just have a look at the charts, and then you'll see exactly what's going on, and you can work out whether at what point do you think the dump will be finished. So they've got to unwind a lot of positions, and that's really put a lot of pressure actually on Aave. I mean, it's down 70% on the year, or 72% in 200 days. Last week, well, it's up 1% on a week, but still, You know, these are not really good figures. Everything, you know, it's in the red. So you're looking at something that's dropped pretty much from $258 down to around $63 there, I'd say. What is it today? Yeah, 63.34. So it's been a great, you know, a really big dump, a lot of selling off. But that should finish soon, because obviously unwinding the positions does take time. But I think that's probably gone. Now we're probably in a situation where the price is probably going to stay low because we're in a bear market. The Fed have already said that they're possibly going to, you know, they've got another couple of interest rate hikes. So there's going to be a lot of forced sellers, especially because now you have a lot of hedge funds. So with hedge funds, it's when you get interest rate hikes and people not feeling well, they'll just go to their, you know, contact the hedge funds and ask for their capital back. And the way it works is usually quarterly. And so at the end of the quarter, then you'll get, you know, you might get a lot of sell-offs as hedge funds and so forth are processing redemptions. So things are not looking too good at the moment. I'd say till the end of the year, at least. Yeah, very, very low grades, you know, 26, 21. I mean, these, you'd want them to be at 80, you know, to be really satisfied. You'd want them to be at 80. But like you see, you know, it's extremely, extremely low. But as you can see, I'm sure if you go balance sell or something like that, you probably see pretty much the same thing going on around the whole place. Now, ADA, interesting, very interesting. So this article says it slumped. ADA slumped as Cardano team delays the hard fork. Well, ADA slumped anyway because of the sell-off that was happening, because once the Fed put up interest rates by 75 basis points, it was inevitable. A lot of the high-risk assets, such as crypto, would definitely take a hit, and ADA was one of them which took a hit. So yeah, okay, the hard fork is not really a good news for the token, so I could see why they could say that. But I wouldn't blame it all on the hard fork for ADA, because the way ADA, I mean, this guy is like he's testing production, or well, not, they just keep testing. So to explain it quite easily, you've got Ethereum. Now Ethereum, they launched quickly and then they resolve issues live. Then you've got people like Solana, who essentially said, look, this is our chain, but it's a test chain. So it goes down all the time, and they just keep saying it's a test chain. Whereas Cardano's team have taken a different point of view. They want to test everything, and when they do launch, they want everything perfect at launch. So different options that different teams have taken, and only time will tell which one will win. If we look at their token, let's have a look. Yeah, so they're down 5% on the 24 hours. As you can see, they've been hammered. Yeah, 60% down on the year, 69 on the 200-day, 3% on the week. So, I mean, that news only came out, you know, a couple of days ago. Actually, not even a couple of days ago. It came out today. And yeah, it's only 5% in 24 hours, or 1% today. So it's not a big amount, but the big, as you can see, that it's just it's been going down for a long time. Let's have a look and see when this was. So let's just take that from around there. I'll go down. See where. So just a little map there. So yes, 18th of January. So effectively all year it's just been going down. Okay, you had a couple of pumps there, but nah, generally, if you sat on this all year, if you're a long-term investor, then you look at this and you think, as a day trader, you might have got in there, gone up and so forth. But that's something for day traders. As long-term investors, you'd look at this and say, okay, it's had a bad year, and I reckon it'll continue to have a bad year to the end of this year. I can't see any good news bringing it up, but I do think over time it will definitely recover because the technology behind it is actually quite good. You've got ADA, Solana, Ethereum. You got these smart contract based blockchains that are fantastic, and we'll just have to see who wins. Okay, so that's really it for the day. If you like the video, just click the like button, and also follow me on Twitter if you want to get more up-to-date details. And that's it for the day, and we'll see you tomorrow.